Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the wallet making tutorial. If you like the video, please do consider subscribing. I am working on making even better and more content for you guys to enjoy. And if you want the pattern for yourself, I will be uploading it to my Patreon for certain patron tiers. Link in the description. That out of the way, let's get into it, and I do hope you enjoy the video.
As per usual, the first step is to cut out and trim up the patterns by tracing them onto the leather here. And again, I am using, my favorite leather to use for this kind of series. The Weaver Leather Oxford Chrome Tan Pull-Up Leather, which again, you can't get anymore because, well, it was a clearance sale that I got it on, but it is an amazing leather, and there are more pull-up leathers on Weaver Leather Supply. Hashtag not sponsored. But if you are interested, feel free to check them out. They are an amazing company when it comes to the leather supplies that I use and that you will need. The next step is going to be the first in the actual assembly. I take the longest piece of the leather we've cut out from our pattern and I fold it into three because this is going to be a tri-fold wallet, which is a three-fold style. This will accurately set a point of reference for me to use to stitch the panels in their correct spots. This is actually needed to maintain proper alignment and marking for the actual folding part of it when the wallet itself is actually done, so as to not make the wallet too tight. If the wallet is too tight, then it may bend or break your cards, or your cards may not fit in it at all, which is not a good thing to have for a wallet. It makes it non-functional, and we want the function here. But I'm marking where the buckles and straps are going to go so they can get sewn in their proper spots in the middle. Then I put on the finger cuts, and then if you don't know how to stitch through leather, I may or may not release a video on that later. Who knows? But enjoy! Now that you've got the buckles sewn in, next is to make the actual plastic sheeting for the identity part of the wallet. In this case, I just cut a small square out of a Ziploc quart bag, and then use that as the film to hold the card in. This can also hold coins as well, as shown with previous experiments that you do not know about. And no, I am not making videos on those. those were experimental designs that really do not need to be brought to light. Now that you've actually got the identity part in, now it's time to make the part that holds the cards. This part has two sections which will fold in the middle. So basically you take your first half and the full box instead of frame part that you cut out. I know you use the same part to trace out the pattern if you bought the pattern, but my point still applies. You do that and then you attach it on one and then you just use a basic whip stitch as you can see here. And then for the middle parts of it, you just use a basic running stitch, just in, out, in, out. You don't even need to use the back stitch, but you definitely can use that if you'd like. Now comes the really fun part, and possibly the easiest part of it all. Now you attach the card holding part into the main body of the wallet, which in turn will create the cash pocket part of the wallet. Much the same will apply as you did for the card pocket part of the wallet. You use the same stitch, you do the same marking, and you can even go through the same holes, except for the ones in the middle, obviously. And then just for that midsection stitch, instead of a whip stitch, which you used on the edge, you can again use either a running stitch or back stitch seam to kind of finish off that whole shebang. And with that all done, the wallet is done, and please do tell me what you thought about the video in the comments below. And I have a challenge for my Patreon and YouTube subscribers, which I will state in upcoming videos, so stay tuned. And once again, I will reinstate that if you like the video and want the pattern for yourself, remember, again, the pattern is in the Patreon, link in the description, and remember to subscribe.